Welcome to Sing Scarlet. It is Shelby here with Tyler, and we have a Lady Raider commit to talk about today. A new player, Tahys Da Silva, from Paris, France. Originally, she is a JUCO All-American out of Salt Lake Community College, where she averaged 14.3 points, 4 rebounds, 3.9 assists, and 2.6 steals while shooting 43.8% from 3, 7th in all of junior college. A true sniper on 192 attempts. That's what impresses me. Y'all know I'm all about efficiency in shooting. That is the one thing that translates from school to school, level to level, and this girl shoots the heck out of the ball. Also, 47% from the field in general on 351 attempts, and she is a big guard, 6-foot guard. Chris the Grug loves big guards. We have some smaller guards on this team. She is a good complement to those. She does the same thing, the dang thing. Led the conference in threes, 84 threes made, second in steals with 85, an 84 3 and an 85 still player. You'll take an 80-80 player all day. 3-and-D player right there. She can grow into that. You'll see some tape. We'll see they press. She's familiar with that scheme. Makes a lot of sense. A dart throw, if you want to, on a high ceiling player who's been pursued by power conference teams in her past. One of those foreign players that doesn't get seen because she's in Europe. If she's an American-born player, I've been told by some people that kind of know her story a little bit, that she would have been a Division I player out of high school if she grew up in this system. But it's just like they don't get seen the same way. She went the JUCO route and decided to stay both years instead of leaving after her freshman year, and now she is a Lady Raider for her next 2 and maybe 3. Feels like they're going to go 5-5. Feels like that's happening probably by the time she ends her career here. So we probably have 3 years of her and a 44% three-point shooter, Tyler. All day. Sign me up. I'm here for that type of diamond in the rough, dart throw, high upside player. Floor is the floor because it's a JUCO player, but you'll see the tape. She looks like she belongs at the D1 level. It's not a, I don't see her ever playing look when we show her tape. She's athletic enough. We'll just see if the defense is there or not against better athletes, but shoot or shoot.
Yeah, I think as you said, she was. I'm excited about the fact that she has been pursued by Power Four schools and they are wanting to take a chance on her. I love her 3-point percentage. I think that that's huge, 44%. I mean, that's just really impressive stuff. And I mean, if that translates over, I mean, we basically are gonna be lethal at the perimeter. She was pursued by Alabama in 2024, so that was even before she started junior college. Probably went to some showcase or something like that. Illinois State also did that. Illinois State went on some sort of deep run, I think, in the WNIT. So there's really great programs, especially Alabama. They had a really great program that went to the second round this year. So people have been kind of looking at it. I'm glad we were able to get her first. She was top 20 on the JUCO player to watch list in 2024, and she plays on the FIBA 3x3 France team for U18. So similar to Hema playing on the 3x3 over in Spain, she played for France. So good sign. As we all know, the 3x3 game is all about, those quick threes, getting as many points as you can to get to
Spacing,
21. Yeah, spacing. It's
shooting,
quick. I mean,
moving with and without the ball. Like, it's basketball in its purest form. And when you get them out in space, she knows how to do that well. So let's show you the highlights, and then we'll get into some of her big games, including she played the JUCO national champions this year. So you've seen her go against the top talent that's also headed the D1 level this year. Because I know y'all don't want to hear us yap. You want to see the highlights. We know why you're here. It's fine. Before we show you those, like, subscribe, follow, share with your friends. This is the only place that you're gonna get Lady Raider content in the way that we do it. No one else is talking about Tahys Da Silva in the Texas Tech sports space in a full video like this, if any. I'm promising you right now. You came to the right place, so follow for the next one for sure. She is in the corner here. Again, big guard, nice little move. Finishes through contact. Should have been an and one, but the ref there is enjoying the view instead of blowing his whistle. Quick release, deep 3. Range for days. This is one of those showcase games where she probably got the offer from Alabama. No look pass. Let's go back. I need y'all to appreciate this pass. She played a lot of point guard for them. You'd see her bring the ball up. She's not going to be a point guard for us. I can't imagine that is in the cards. Maybe I'm wrong, but a 6-foot point guard that shoots 44% 3. Sign me up if her stats actually translate. I don't necessarily see her on tape being a great primary ball handler, but she did it for them, and she does have great vision. Look at her no-look pass. Looking at the post here, no-look to the corner. Right in the shooting pocket. Brings it up this time. That's just terrible defense, but she takes advantage. Goes right to the bucket. Finishes. Here's her defense she really crashes through the passing lanes. That's why she gets a lot of steals. She, again, was second in the conference. They press, not afraid to put her hands in there, steals it from her. She's just bigger. I mean, hopefully y'all see what I'm talking about, where she looks out of place. When you watch JUCO tape,
Right.
you want to be like, oh, she looks like she does not belong at this level, as in she needs to get the hell out of here. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Right.
she's bigger than everybody. She's longer. I wouldn't say she's like a supreme athlete or anything, but she's not unathletic, and she's got long limbs and stuff, and she can shoot the hell out of the ball. Like, she's just really annoying people at this level. Sometimes on defense she gets caught a little napping here, but this was a good recovery and good one-on-one defense. So I just question if at this level if the defense will be what gets her. But I think maybe you get her with our coaches. She has the measurables that she should be a good defender as a 6-foot guard, because she's going to end up guarding. Let you watch these again. She'll end up guarding smaller guards a lot of the time, and that's what she did at this level and was a menace. So we'll see. But again, 44% from three, 47 overall, and she's an 80% free throw shooter. We talked about that before with the whole 180 shooter thing. That all adds up to like exactly 180. Like, that's, you take that all day, all the time. That'll translate up. I'm not saying she's going to be a 44% shooter, 3-point shooter at this level. If she is, Tyler's right. We're going to have a lot of shooters on the floor this year that we're going to hopefully try to teach defense, and that's the way to go if you really want to win once you get up against other defensive teams. You can be a gritty, tough defensive team all you want, but if you can't score, it's a tough outing. So I don't know if she's really a create her own shot player at this level, but she doesn't need to. We got plenty of shot creators, or we will by the time this roster's finished being filled out. And she's there to shoot wide open threes. She'll be there to put her hands in passing lanes. Her and Jalen are going to really annoy the shit out of people, both on defense with Jalen's a small forward guard. Basically, she's 6'2", 6'3", out there shooting threes and being havoc in the press. Led the Big 12 in blocks, Jalen Bristow. And then you have this girl who's 6 foot long and shoots 44% from three. You ask any coach in America or the world if they want a big guard that can shoot, and they're going to say yes, because that's hard to guard, because they can shoot over you. Even if you're there, they can shoot over you. They don't need a lot of space to get their shot off, because people can't block their shot typically. So that's what you hope translates to this level, is the fact that she has the measurables and she's a shooter, and it's pure form. Maybe replaces like a Bird Martin that you had on the roster, who similar tall guard that could shoot it. Never really got to see that come to fruition for various reasons. Wish her the best. She entered the portal. This girl's been playing the last 2 years. Is experienced. Again, has been pursued by some big major programs in the past, and this is her chance to go prove it at this level. And I'm really excited. This is a fun story, you know? You got to have some of these on every team where you're like, I don't know what this is going to be, but this is kind of fun if it turns out well. Like, she could be like a really cool story.
Yeah, there's really like not much about her own story that you can really
We know
find on
nothing
her.
about her, guys. We
Right.
don't. We've tried.
Right. So like I'm really super excited when the, press release comes out to kind of see like maybe if we know any more about her life, or just even getting to hear what the coaches kind of see in her. But yeah, I'm super excited. I really like her height. I think her height's going to be a main piece. She may not be one of the ones starting, but if you need someone to come off the bench, it's going to be really helpful, especially on defense. I think if we can get her really to work really well on the defensive end, I mean, she's going to be a threat when it comes to pressing, and she already has played in a system like that. So you just hope that that translates over. And then, yeah, her 3-point shooting is going to be absolutely lethal and insane. I mean, I think there will be moments in games where we're going to need a big three, and who knows, maybe it's one of those things, kind of like an Adley Blacklock situation, where you need to throw her in there. Maybe she can bust a zone, if we're struggling with that, depending on how the Big 12 shapes up, especially.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, 44%. I mean, I'll take that all day, every day. So I'm super excited to kind of
see it. She shot
pretty
dang near 40%, if not above it, her freshman year too. So it's been back-to-back years that she's a good shooter there.
Consistent.
So. Yeah, again, shooting translates, so it's just if everything else does. But playing 3x3, you have to be a pretty high IQ basketball player to succeed and to make a team like that for Team France to be in that system. Tells me she understands basketball at a high level. When you watch that tape, she's a good leader. She is the one talking. I guess you might not see it in the clips, but I watched a full game on YouTube to be able to make those clips. Y'all are welcome. This is what we do for y'all. Dig up JUCO tape on YouTube. And she's the one on that team talking. She was the one leading the defense. that I like that kind of stuff. She blocks out Tyler. I almost
We
put that in
love
the
that.
clips, but she blocks out whether it's her player or like someone shooting in the corner on the whole other side of the court. She's blocking out her player on the other side. Just little things. She's really in shape because she never comes off the floor. Kind of reminds me of when I watched Sarah Sonogo's tape from a JUCO level. We were like, hey, she's athletic. She plays the system. At minimum, she's going to be able to make an impact because she belongs in that. It's like all the other stuff. And Sarah was a starter from day one, so maybe she'll shock us and be a starter. I don't know. I'm not going to put a ceiling on her. No ceilings, as Bailey Maupin
Right.
says around this program. We're not going to put a ceiling on her, but I mean, I think if she could be, yeah, baseline, she's your Adley Blacklock at the end of the rotation that comes in from last year. Ceiling, she's like what you wanted Bird to become. Maybe she
Hmm.
could. Maybe she could be Sonoda Collins' role. Because Sonoda was a 6 foot guard that could shoot it and get to the basket. This girl can get inside. I don't know if she's quite as bouncy as Sonoda, but she shoots it similarly. So yeah, maybe she could be a sixth person off the bench. Maybe she stills the 3 spot role. I don't know. We have to finish filling up the roster, but you probably definitely have 2 years of her. You have at least maybe probably three. Um, Shooter shoot 6 foot. I'll take it that all day. So um, yeah, I don't really like have major reservations about her other than how will she translate defensively. But she was a good defender at that level. You know what I mean? Like 85
Right.
steals. She just takes a lot of chances, and you worry that maybe like back cuts and things like that might get her. But that's can be taught out of her. And
Hmm.
again, you can't teach someone to shoot. You can teach them defense as long as they're willing. I think the staff knows how to recruit players that fit the culture now, and so I don't think they would have taken her if they don't think she's a willing defender.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, I would hope that she would be a great culture fit and that she can kind of, work her way into the system. I think that the success of all of our international players that we had on our team last year also has been a huge part. So, maybe whenever she visited campus, maybe one of our internationals are like, "Oh yeah, like Texas Tech has treated us, so well." And
Yeah, she
the
might
culture's been
know.
great and all the things.
I think she might know the Sonogos. They follow each other on social media. I don't know if that means anything, but
I'd be hype.
they could have met on the visit for all we know. But I didn't notice that. So, but usually, when you're from the same country that's also in America, they all know each other at least
Right.
around.
In the basketball world.
Yeah. And she, again, like I said before we started watching the highlights, she did perform against some good people. Like Eastern Arizona was the national champs this year. She got 11 points, 3 rebounds, a block. That's a lot of players on that team are headed to the D1 level, so that's maybe something you can hopefully say, okay, that's kind of what she would do against D1 competition. South Plains usually has a pretty good squad. I don't know if they were this year or not, but 24 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Wouldn't be shocked if that's where our staff saw her right down the road from Lubbock. She scored 26 in a game against Otero. She had 6 20+ scoring games this year. 9 games with at least 4 3-pointers or more in a game. She had
Wow.
3 or 4 with 6 3-pointers in a game. I mean, she's getting them up there. 192 attempts, y'all. 44%. Like, this is not a low volume shooter, and she was just like pretty form. And then she has 8 games with 4+ steals again. So we're talking about her defense. Like, she was a good defender, a Havoc defender. I think I put out a
Right.
tweet the other day about like the best 3 and Havoc players in the portal. She would have been like number 1 on the list if she put these numbers up at the D1 level. Like, these are stupid. Nobody on that list is shooting 44% from 3 and averaging 2.6 steals per game. Nobody on that list was. So she would have been there
Wow.
if that translates to this level. That's how good she could be if it even translates even less. 38% and 1.5 steals a game, that would have ended up on that list, I think. Like, that's what you're
For
hoping she
sure.
is she's a 3-point shooter that's going to create havoc defensively, and that fits into your system. So it's a good system fit player and a big guard. You need them because you're pretty small at the shooting guard spot and point guard spot. As it sits now, as we're recording this, who knows what they do or don't sign before you see this, but she's not small. 6 foot. She can guard, hopefully, some of those bigger guards and let the small ones go at each other.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll all translate well, but hopefully she is loving Lubbock whenever she steps foot on campus and enjoys her time here. I think that she'll be a great Lady Raider and hopefully she turns into a huge, success story coming from the JUCO level.
Yeah, as someone that writes stories for a living, like I need a few of these
Yeah.
players that I
I
don't
mean,
know.
these
I get to
Cheryl
get to know them.
Swoops was a JUCO product and then won a national title.
Yeah,
So maybe this is the formula Coach Gerlich's looking at.
yeah.
Like okay.
Again, I mean, Sarah Sanogo, no one knew who she was. She ended up being a 2-year starter on a team that broke the
Mm-hmm.
curse and went to the thing. So she might not
Literally,
be a freaking all conference player. Let her go do it. But a
right.
JUCO All American that shoots that well, like, and has the size, you don't find people at that size that shoot that way. So I see why we got her, and I'm excited to see what she does. I'm more excited to learn her story. And again, we're recording this before it's announced, and so when it's announced, the team will have put out like a press release of some kind, usually with like Gerlich talking about her at least. So maybe you'll learn a bit more
Mm-hmm.
about her in that, and they'll have more facts, and then we will get her on the show if she would like to come on as well. We're gonna try that this year. We did that with some soccer players, and y'all liked it. We'll reach out to every basketball portal ad and see if they want to come on and let y'all get to know them over the summer. And if she does, we'll get to know her. If not, she'll be forced to answer my questions next year in the season. You can't escape me. I'm kidding.
You can't
Uh,
escape.
but no, I'm excited to get to know her. I like stories like this. So it's good to have some internationals. Internationals are taking over women's basketball just like they have on the men's side. That's starting to happen in women's. I think there was like 9 of the first 20 picks were foreign players in the draft the other night. So call her a diamond in the rough, but it's just kind of the way they. She just hasn't been found yet, and luckily we found her. So
Mm-hmm.
let's go. Let's go do the damn thing. Welcome to Lubbock. Hope you love it. We should know French by now because we were around Mimi and Sarah, but we don't. We'll work on that for you. We got 3 years with you, so we'll get that down. That's all I have, Tyler. You got anything else before we sign off here?
Nope, that's all I have. Welcome to Raiderland.
Let's do it. All right, Wreck 'em.
Wreck 'em.